All right, everybody, and welcome back to San Antonio After Dark. We got all of our players back, and we will be continuing up where we left off. Couple things for what happened last time. Last time they found one of the guards who posted a very, very descriptive blog post about what had happened when he became dominated. They found one guard had apparently fled the city. The other guard was found, caught, and turned into laundry because he was folded in half and stuffed in the back of a trunk. His car was taken care of, and over the course of the next 2 days, Dr. Jordan Graves spent some time studying, spent some time working on a side project which is yet to be revealed. Mixtape was working on making sure that she got her deliveries both going in and going out. You know how the import-export business is. Seal captures his target and gets his bike fixed up. Right?
Yep.
The lovely pair of Leia and I can't remember the name now. Leia and Mick.
Sweet Mick.
Sweet Mick.
Sweet Mick.
They find themselves
Sweet,
a home,
sweet.
and they get themselves some guns. Now that's where we're picking up today. So let's continue on from here and let's see what happens. Now, as everyone begins to wake up, even though Graves wakes up an hour early before sunrise, one of the things you are told if you have ghouls. Show. Is it not showing up here? I can't believe it's so small. It doesn't want to work right for me.
Hey, Mix.
Can you see up here?
Has retainer, I think.
Yeah, so it'll be the retainer.
You got your main here, Drew, or your driver. Do you want it to be your driver? I think it was your driver.
Let's see.
Yeah, her driver's her retainer.
Oh, well, this is not showing up how I wanted it to. Awesome.
Yeah.
So I would have one Harajuku to eat.
Sorry, this did not show up how it was supposed to.
So her retainer is going to be the driver / bodyguard.
That's fine.
He likes shotguns.
All right, there is a new handout, just titled Symbol. Each of you find this outside your haven. It's either painted onto the sidewalk in front of your home. In the case of Sweet Mick and Violetta, it is literally painted on your van as well. And it is painted on outside the wall of the chantry.
What?
The wall of where?
Really?
The chantry is where he lives at.
It's on the side of the hospital in this giant.
No, the chantry is not going to be the hospital.
Okay.
It's going to be like a 3-story house.
Very well.
It's a Tremere chantry.
I am looking at the right symbol, right? Because this looks like a drunk baseball stadium.
That's exactly what you see.
Okay.
All right, just making sure.
For the people with retainers or ghoul servants, they point it out to you. In the case of Graves, one of the ghouls is already scrubbing it off of the wall.
God damn it. I'm not happy about that.
And this is where I'm going to give you guys a little bit of free reign. Going from... I'm going to begin in the middle today. Mixtape. What are you going to do this evening?
I'm going to have my main Harajuku girl take a picture of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then just ignore it because I don't pay for like the walls here and stuff. I'm in some kind of a hotel.
Oh, that's right. You don't have a permanent residence, so you wouldn't see it.
I thought my
It was on the sidewalk. or
driver dude
something.
would tell me.
No, it's only if you have a permanent residence.
Oh, okay.
Then what-
Then I'm gonna go like put on a show for money.
Okay. So an underground show, like last minute type of thing.
Yeah, and try to do some deals or make some contacts or something. while I'm
Okay.
there.
And moving over to Violetta.
I don't know what this means at all. Could I like look it up and see if I can figure out like what this is and why it is?
Nothing
On my
comes up
end?
on the regular internet for it.
Shoot. Okay. Oh. I I don't know. I guess I just kind of
I mean, it could just be people tagging houses.
right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's no real reason for me to get suspicious about this.
Well, you're
so-
pissed because it's your van too, though.
Yeah. Also, I'm pissed, but I see that you're already remedying it. So.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys see what I'm doing right now, but I'm doing that.
What are you doing?
Down to the bottom right, I'm covering up that tag and putting another one up on my own van.
Is it the thing that you have down here?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's over a wheel well.
No, it's just on the side of it.
No, it's on a wheel well, and I'm painting over it.
No, it's on the side of the van.
Well, then I'm painting over it either way. Doesn't matter.
Painting over it's not the
Painting
problem.
over it.
That's
Paint
not the
over it.
problem. All right,
Cover that shit up.
Dr. Graves,
Yes.
you find the same thing going on.
I'm gonna try to see if any of my brothers or sisters know anything about it, and if not, I'm gonna maybe see if it's a common marking or something. Maybe use academics. I don't know, something like that.
All right. So give me a wits and research.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I don't think vampires have research.
They have academics. I think that was
Since you're looking academically, yes, use academics. Difficulty 6.
Okay.
Sorry, someone else in another mentioned a possible World War II mage game, so.
No, wait, that's wrong. Sorry. There we go.
Nothing comes
Yeah.
up.
Terrible.
So,
Well,
Julian comes in.
yeah.
Jordan, what are you doing in here?
There was a symbol painted on the side of the chantry, and I was trying to see if I could figure out what it meant.
Oh, it's probably just some gang tag. You know how they come and go.
I don't know. Things have been strange lately.
Strange
I know.
how?
I would rather be safe. Sorry. Just all of the things that were involved with the prince and me and the prince, it has me on edge.
I'm inclined to agree with Father. They're just a bunch of hoity-toities.
I know. But I'd rather be safe than sorry, like I said. So.
Forgot about it.
How is your research going?
I forgot which doctor she was. Hold on one second. Well, the kidney doesn't change that much, and there's not many cases in San Antonio where there's a big issue. I imagine Jules has a better time in San Antonio as the number of liver cases that comes up are extraordinary.
I am very surprised at the human population in there. Just inability to not consume alcohol as well.
Tell me about it. Can't I get someone who only drinks cocaine? I want to see how that messes with the kidney.
I would enjoy that as well.
Well,
Maybe we'll throw together an experiment.
real quick, I'm assuming you took a snapshot of the photo, the wall, right?
Yes.
Okay. She goes, if I hear anything about a symbol like that, I'll bring it up to you. I gotta run
Okay.
off. I got a shift at the hospital. Bye. And she walks out the door.
Thank you.
Moving on to Seal.
Yeah, that's me.
So outside your haven, there is that symbol on the
Okay.
ground as well.
Like just painted on my driveway or my house.
Yep, in front of your house on the sidewalk. It's done in spray paint.
All right, I'm gonna. Since I have my gold bird, I'm gonna talk to them, and I'm gonna tell them to find who did this. I don't know how well that's gonna work, but I'll try.
They tilt their heads sideways because they don't understand what you're saying.
Excuse me.
Come on, little role playing here, Drew.
All right, find who put this symbol on my house.
Chirp.
This thing right here. Oh, you want me to chirp to them? All right. Well, they are crows. Yeah, I crow to them. Yes.
They're like, we didn't see who did it, but we'll fly around, and then they just scatter off.
All right, and then let me know when you come back.
All right,
They'll
you're just
find
gonna
me, it
stay
doesn't
home?
really matter. No, actually, I'm going to head into town to my club to check on how that's going.
The symbol is painted nice and light, nice along the side of the wall.
On my club?
On your club.
He mad now.
All right, I go in. I'm going in. I'm gonna go talk to somebody.
Okay.
Oh.
Manager's in the bar. It's a little early, but you can see he's working at the end of the bar, working on some business stuff.
Do I know his name? I don't know his name. I'm like, you come here. Yeah.
He comes over. Hey, what can I do for you, boss man?
What is? I take him outside. I'm like, what is that?
We don't know.
Pointing that to him.
Someone swung by and spray painted it like early dawnish. The cops saw him and began chasing him off, but we weren't able to get a description out of him.
You know?
All right, well, let's get it taken off, make this club look good again. Do you have somebody on their way?
Everyone right now is working on the floor, and you see that your club is kind of bumping, even though it's Thursday night.
True. All right, I'll just take care of it in the morning or something.
Oh, I'll get one of the bus boys take care of it later. Don't worry, we'll get it taken down.
Do you know the name of the cop, or do you know any of the cops that did it? That saw the guy that were chasing after him? Were they any of our ones that come around here, or
no?
Were they just?
It was just
on
some
their
random
way?
patrolman.
All right, never mind then.
And Mick, you paint over the symbol over the course of about 30, 45 minutes. It doesn't take you that long. After that,
less
what are you
than
going
20.
to do?
20. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. Continue.
So what do you do after you're done painting over the symbol?
Well, I've painted over it, and I've taken it to memory, and at this point, out of character, what is our goal? Like, where are we at? We want to probably meet up soon. We've gotten text, and we want to. Well,
no one has sent out any text yet.
But we've all woken up. So I'm gonna send a text to the group and be like, I'm gonna send a picture of it before I painted it over it. I want to take a picture, paint over it, and send a group text to everyone. Yo, what's the deal with this?
I'm going to reply with a picture. That's the picture of the side of the chantry.
Okay, so we have. Okay, so we all know.
Yes.
And I'm gonna type in all caps, both of my houses.
My only house! Exclamation point. Any leads? Question mark.
None.
None.
How can we do research on this subject?
I don't know.
I was thinking about maybe like cruising around and looking at other houses, see if there's like, if anyone else got hit besides just us.
It's not a bad idea. Yeah, I have a question. Are you guys generally east side or west side?
Everyone except for Jordan is Anarch.
Okay.
I'm gonna like reverse image search the picture that Dr. Person sent me.
Oh, dang, she's gotta Google it.
All right, give me a wits plus computers roll.
Oh, you right.
1 second. Sorry.
I could give her a hand, but I'd have to know what she's doing first.
I ain't say nothing.
Exactly, she didn't.
Here we go.
Mixtape just does stuff.
All right, 2 successes doesn't pull anything up.
The internet is broken.
Can I roll a streetwise to recall whether or not I have seen this while I have been walking around the city of San Antonio?
I'll give it to you just in general, so intelligence streetwise.
Okay, let me pull up my character sheet.
Difficulty's 8.
Leave 3, okay. 1 second. Here we go.
You've seen it a few times, New Orleans. But you don't recall what it was for.
Okay.
It didn't seem to have rhyme or reason to it that you can put together.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm trying to pull up the group chat and I can't find it.
Sorry for looking at memes.
The group chat for
Oh. Okay, I see it. It moved. It's smart. Okay. Yeah, got you.
Smart.
Okay, so my roll was I got 2 10s on this, but I still don't really know. I recognize it, but I'm not getting any leads. It's not ringing any real bells.
You've seen it around before.
Okay.
A couple of clubs in New Orleans, but you haven't seen it in San Antonio before.
Wow, they're really growing over there.
I understand. I get it. All right, so who's going to cruise the town to see if they can't figure out what this is from?
Me.
And me.
All right.
We're going.
So, both of you give me a perception alertness.
I believe our rolls are very similar.
Difficulty is going to be 6.
Oh, my thing's
We got a great big convoy.
I'm
Drew, are you
changing
going
my
to start?
points.
The same for you. Are you going to be looking around, Drew?
I'll roll it.
Yeah. Yes,
All right.
I am.
Same thing. Graves?
No, I'm studying.
Mixtape?
What was
I'm gonna still be at whatever show I'm giving and use my melopomeny to make people feel like they're having a great time and hopefully give me money.
I figured that was a basic, although giving money is
Super
not an
great
emotional
time.
response.
Well, in hopes that they'll give me money.
Make them feel nice.
It's kind of depressing.
Or I'll just make them feel like ecstatically happy.
Drew, give
So
me
hopefully they'll give me whatever they got.
perception alertness, Drew.
Yeah.
Here's
That's
Violetta's.
Then teleport. He's gonna get it back.
And then one for Sweet Mick.
I want to say this before I make the roll. I had talked about doing awareness and alertness, but originally I was at athletics. I think you need to take athletics down 1 point.
Okay.
Yep, there you go.
So you want it
Okay.
to be alertness because you switched it over to athletics.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I don't mind because it's the same experience cost.
Yeah.
Wait, I have an what do you mean it's an unregistered command? I know what.
/roll space.
Is there no space in between the slash and the roll?
No space there.
Yeah.
Ah, that was the problem.
Alertness.
Oh.
Try that again.
What?
Alright, fire in the
Well,
hole.
there's no need to roll for the. All right.
Yeah.
Here comes Sweet Mick. Bam.
All right. For mixtape, give me alertness perception.
All right.
I lost. I didn't do very good at all.
That's pretty good.
Mixtape notices that there's a couple of odd people in the crowd.
What kind
They
of
seem happy, but they stand out because they're not like the rest of the rave goers.
They have like suits or something?
You don't know why they just stand out.
Bad too.
They don't dance as much.
They're not the typical
You know
people
what?
you might expect to see here, and they've got their eyes on you.
Hey.
All right.
Can I like take pictures of their faces with my face?
Is your thing supposed to be able to take pictures? Because I'm going to say this isn't Black Mirror.
Yeah, we did not include a camera in the original design.
I didn't remember what things I
So
put in there.
you put speakers, LED, in a face, like a heads-up display, and a face
I can't remember like how much.
emoji.
Give me a straight intelligence roll.
Okay.
Quick,
Bless you.
mixtape, give them what they need. Hit them
Not
with
so good.
Magnum.
Not so good. Willpower?
What?
Do you wanna
No,
spend a-
intelligence.
No.
This
No?
is to remember their faces.
Yeah, I know, but she could have spent a willpower on the
Oh.
roll. Too late now.
No.
You don't remember shit.
Not so much that, it's just you'll have a hard time describing them.
Yeah.
There's some weirdos.
There's some weirdos in the crowd.
Man.
And
They
they
could be stalkers. You've had a couple of those.
You deal with crowds so much, they're all weirdos.
Widows 3.
So as Sweet Mick and Violetta drive through the city, you don't see the symbol anywhere else.
Okay.
Same thing for Seal.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they
Decent roll too. All right.
specifically tagged our houses. This isn't just like.
Well, I'm gonna hit Sela. I haven't been able to find any of these tags anywhere else in the city. What is what are your plans here? I mean, what is this shit? We all got hit, but we can't figure out what it is. Do you have any connects to figure out where this is coming from?
No, I don't.
Nothing. Well, I feel like we should probably all meet up. Anyone oppose that idea?
Let's meet at the hospital.
Fine.
All right, I'm there. Done. I'm at the hospital. We're going to the hospital.
It's about midnight. Mixtape, you could wrap up your show if you wanted to, because you've been going pretty hard. And your quote-unquote crew would take it down for you. So you are able to go. Are you going to meet up with everyone else as well?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be late, but I'll be there.
All right. You all arrive about the same time. Graves spends a little bit more time reading because he's a lot closer to the hospital. Is that a positive assumption?
Yes.
So you all meet at the
This is
hospital
gonna
about
be
the same
awkward.
time.
You're not in the hospital.
Yeah.
No, I am. I'm reading
Oh,
at
okay,
the
good.
hospital. Well,
Okay,
actually,
that's
no,
gonna be
I'm reading
awkward.
at the chantry, and then I drive to the hospital.
Yeah. So you all get there and you arrive. You all park in the same section of the parking lot. Does anyone not have $5 to give to the machine? No. Okay, good. Let's move on.
Punch it if I thought my foot would break again.
Oh, your foot's
I'll
healed by
reserve a
now.
conference room for us. I'll like go set up a conference room or something where we can all hang out.
Okay.
Next time I'm gonna draw a penis on it. Like a graphic one. Wherever, like, leading to wherever you have to put money or card in or whatever. She has the money, but she don't want to pay it because you said so.
Because the machine said so?
Yes. Exactly.
So where do you park your car?
No, I park it in there. I give it the $5. She just also
Okay.
draws really graphic, anatomical illustration on it.
So, you all sit down in the conference room. And it's back to you guys.
Okay,
That's neat.
I have a question. This is specifically to you, Justin.
Mm-hmm.
You said I did recognize the tag from back in New Orleans, correct?
Yes.
So can I make a roll, however you present it, on figuring out how do I know that tag? I don't know it.
It was just a tag on a couple of buildings. The buildings never burnt down. You never heard about anyone being murdered inside of them. It was just seen there.
Do you know like what buildings they were?
Hold on. Let's see. I have generation status.
Hold on. I think you have. Do you have the eidetic memory?
I have I don't know what that is.
If you have that merit, you can make a roll.
I don't have that.
You don't
merit,
have
I
that.
don't believe. I have.
No, you do have it.
Oh yeah, I know.
You can make a
Photographic
roll
memory.
to remember
Yeah,
exact detail.
photographic
No,
memory.
it's not even that. You just can't recall what. It was just on random buildings.
I just remember that it was there, but I can't remember the buildings, whether or not they were.
You can
tied
remember
to
the
it,
exact
correct?
buildings, but you don't
I just
know if they
remember
had
that
any
I've seen it
relation.
before.
The problem is you can't assume that all the buildings were connected. They were random.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Some of them were houses, some of them were businesses. Now, if you want to try and put it together, you can give me an intelligence roll.
Can I do intelligence investigation?
No, you're not investigating anything. This is straight intelligence.
Well, I would disagree, but I will just roll straight intelligence.
No disagreeing with the storyteller.
Investigation is if you're looking through something or if you're.
I'm looking through stuff in my mind. That's the way I see it.
That
That's
does
why
not
you're
qualify,
only
sir.
using intelligence and not anything else.
All right. So that would be
Difficulty 7.
dang. I'm not that smart.
Well, 2 is average human intelligence.
Well, I'm 3.
Oh, hold on. In quotations, average human intelligence.
With the quotes, that's important. Okay, here comes my roll. Bang.
You begin to think about something and then it kind of fades away. You can't put the pieces together.
Okay.
To you, it's all abstract buildings because
Yeah.
none of them are the same, and it wasn't a common thing you saw.
Just urban sprawls and
Yeah, like I said, it might just be a gang tag.
yeah.
The only thing that's coming off as fishy to you guys is that it was on all of your permanent residents.
Well,
I mean, anything that marks all of us is a common factor, right? That's
Yes.
strength.
yeah.
Just the fact that all three, 4 of us are reporting this by ourselves, and we all live in separate parts of the city.
Mm-hmm.
They don't seem to be together enough to be a gang.
Well,
know?
no, for him in New Orleans.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to reconnect that.
Then in the
Orleans.
current times, considering how spread out we are,
It most definitely probably is not just some random gang tag.
yeah.
I mean, could we pull an occult roll together?
This doesn't fall under a cult.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but I feel like vampires are a cult. So I automatically assume anytime a cult. That would be more would that be politics in this game?
No. This would be a lore roll that no one has.
Lore. Okay.
Vampire lore.
Sorry, I don't know.
No,
the
not
skills
vampire
very
lore.
well in this. The abilities.
Okay.
And lore, you can't roll that untrained, correct?
You cannot.
No.
Okay.
Knowledge is required training.
Yeah.
Well, y'all are now going into character. You all sit down at different parts, or if you choose to stand in this conference room.
Can I send a picture of the symbol to whatever one of my contacts is still available and see if they know anything about it or can find anything out?
They say we've never seen. They respond to you while you're almost there. I've never seen that symbol before.
Somebody goofing.
I personally have a question. Should we hit up the guy that we gave the sword? Does he know these people?
The prince?
I would not want to get the prince involved in anything that he's not already involved in.
He seemed like a
Maybe not his prince, but maybe not the prince, but maybe his henchmen. Like, do we know any of them? Have they ever seen it?
The sheriff?
Yeah.
You're welcome to talk to the sheriff if you want. I'm more concerned about my own affairs than getting someone else involved. But
Didn't they join your hospital or something?
they
Wherever you do your human business.
No, out of character, it was only on the Chantry, not the hospital.
What's a chantry?
Tremere House.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay, so it's where he lived, not where he worked.
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Okay.
Mixtape keeps her phrasing.
I'm gonna hit. I mean,
I feel like we're at a dead end. Like, I don't know what else to do.
no, I feel like personally, out of character, I feel like we should hit up the sheriff, but that's only because I don't know the locals of this town. The sheriff is the person that I would talk to be like, hey, have you ever seen this? We all got hit with this. and he has been consistently talking back and forth with us. But
Is
if
the
you
sheriff
guys
a
know
human, or is
anyone
he
that
an
is
animal?
lower in command that we could talk to as to maybe not like throw a shit show at him again and continue to annoy him because he seems pretty pissed off with us already,
That was him.
I think that would be fine. I personally do not know any of the local underlings like that, though.
Well, the point is, and I'm just gonna assume that you just said all that because that
Yeah, yeah.
the point is that we don't want to bother the sheriff if we don't have to. His job is to police the town. I don't know if this is worth contacting the police about, like
Understandable.
we
Yeah,
got some
sheriffs
spray
can't
paint.
be.
If it reappears, maybe we set a watch, maybe something like that. But right now, it just seems like somebody's spraying all of our havens, which is strange, but not
Does anyone?
terrifying.
Do we have like heightened senses or anything like that? Or is that anyone?
Yes, but I don't think it could be applicable in this situation because,
Like,
like,
doesn't
what am I
smell
supposed
like
to do? Go
anything
smell
but
the spray paint?
I
Like,
think
like no one could just like sniff the spray paint and then go like huff some paints and then see like what brand it was and CSI
Yeah,
tracing
I
and all
can't
that
really
kind
do
of
that.
no, I don't believe that's a possibility.
thing. I just had to check.
Okay.
I think we need somebody on the ground, some kind of local witch soldier. Some cop that quote unquote cop that works the beat. We got to talk to them.
Beat cup. Working that beat.
Working beat. Work.
Somebody go charm a beat cup.
That's what you do.
No, cause like also there's the one that, put the sheriff, not the sheriff, the guardsman in the closets. Pretty good
Oh yes.
charming people.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's not a bad idea. Okay, I think I see where you're going here.
I'm not interested in talking to any type
Or
of human authority, but
several of us could charm some beat cups.
if you want to do that, you do that.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna do it without
What you got against
the group consensus, because we're still sitting here.
I have no diplomacy.
I have a diplomacy of none. Okay, so what I'm suggesting is how you do that. Oh, I'm on the wrong tab. Hold on. Right here. We go in and find somebody and try to talk to them about local graffiti because they've been bothering our neighborhood and we're upset about it. The homeowners association is gonna they're gonna flip shit. That's my suggestion.
Who's doing this then? Because I'm certainly not.
Well, I will be there, but I think Leah is she's the persuasion kind of type.
Running to be?
Do you want to?
Yeah, that's all we need is for her to persuade people and get another blog on the news.
Yeah,
we could even go like more suburbs, like here. You know what I mean? So it's not like so crazy, but you do want to catch a cop on the beat. You don't want to just catch like, because like if you go out in the suburbs, it's just squad cars. You got to catch somebody like in the city.
Yeah, I feel like, last time I persuaded someone, it ended really badly for us, but...
You got to play to your skills either way.
Yeah.
That quite a lot of charisma.
Yep, ended up as a suitcase.
Or chair. Like
or
that
chair.
is just my personal suggestion
persuasion
for what we should do moving forward.
Yeah.
If anyone else has any other ideas, please bring them to the table.
Do that too.
Good text.
Yeah.
Is Seal gonna comment on
Hey, Jeff.
this?
I'm going to text my guy in the bail, and he has ever seen this before.
He responds with a no as well.
Dang it.
Okay.
Nobody knows.
I think here's a better.
Yeah.
Right there.
So that's the plan then. We're going to send Miss Violetta to go speak with the humans.
I'm gonna go too,
Okay.
and we're gonna.
I mean, you
try-
could just bring your photographic evidence and delete. Don't show them mine, please.
Oh no, certainly no. I would never share any of you guys' information. I'm gonna make
Yeah.
sure I'm.
Well,
full-
you own the vehicle, so I'm assuming you can lodge a complaint and start an investigation, blah blah blah, and then make your way in or something like that. That
Yeah, no, we're gonna park blocks away. We're gonna be hanging out on the street and be like, yo.
Well, I'll be here studying. Let me know if something develops or if you need the place to meet. We have donuts and coffee. Not that I wanted any of that. But
Get into whatever.
Yeah, you should give me some donuts and coffee because I'll bring them to the cop.
very well. Orderly.
All right, I guess we're gonna try to do this on the street corner persuasion.
Is there like 4chan in this world?
Yes.
Can I try to get on there and see if I can like backdoor 4chan find anything about this?
Well, you wouldn't be the first person to try and backdoor 4chan.
I mean, it's 4chan.
I don't even know what that is.
Good. Stay pure.
Mine's a bad sex
Now I
joke.
get Sean.
All right. So, since DJ Mixtapes is the easiest one to respond, you begin to get a list of, like, which form are you posting it on? Because this actually matters with 4chan.
Yes.
The 4chan is
Spam
one.
B. Spam post B.
Post B, all right.
Bam. Spam post B.
Within about 10 minutes, there is everything from Fuda porn, which if you don't know what that is, look it up,
Yes, look it up.
to a conspiracy theory,
No safe filter.
Hold on, I'm curious now. Bring it back.
to a conspiracy theorist
FUTA.
about werewolf. FUTA.
Oh, all right, I see.
You're fun at your own name.
And there is a conspiracy theory about a werewolf out of New York City that symbol was painted on their home, and they suddenly went crazy and tore up the house in a city block. That city block happened to be what's the big place that people like to with all the televisions?
Times Square.
Square.
Oh, dang.
The conspiracy theory goes on to say that a werewolf terrorized Times Square after that symbol was painted on their home.
Okay.
And then there's some porn and a couple of your mama jokes.
I'm gonna text everybody like werewolves and like all exclamation points. And then like an Illuminati symbol. And then like but for real. All these are 3 separate texts.
But also for real.
I think this bad.
Yeah, I got
And
you.
then I'll send one of the weird porns that I found. But also I found this ...
Would you actually like me to send you the image of what she saw?
Yeah,
Um,
I'm interested.
I
am-
guess so.
I vote yes.
Yes,
Because I'm
yes,
live
send me
streaming,
yes.
it is in the Discord chat, not the main chat.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
That's technically a futa.
Um,
Maybe.
Can I
We're
use
not in the
cult
chat.
to
We're just
identify it?
voice ammo.
To identify that,
Or to see if it resembles anything?
do you have occult?
I have a cult.
Give me intelligence occult difficulty 9.
I have a lot of
Let's
occult.
search that
I
trait.
have some of that too.
Everyone who has occult can give me intelligence occult difficulty 9.
I don't have a trait.
And it is a
Yeah.
picture. It's not a picture. It's like a drawing. Is that for mixtape or
That's
That's-
Graves. Sorry.
You said
Is it
intelligent.
intelligent occult?
You.
intelligence occult?
I don't think I got that.
You're
I know it. Jason knows what it is.
I'm
Dark photo.
Kind of.
Futa Granny attacks.
That's an entire clan of Dark Fuda.
Can I do a combined roll?
No, it's individuals.
Okay. Okay.
Grandma uses. Didn't cut nails for months.
Oh, there it is. I have 3. That's me. And Shaw, yours was
I
5.
found it amongst my search.
Mm-hmm. On 4chan.
By the way, I've had that image on my computer for over a year.
Congratulations.
Stop. Why? Don't.
So
It's a
who
good
had
depiction.
3 and who had 5?
3 was Violetta and 5 was Sweet Mac.
What's
Sweet
the
Mick
difficulty?
just thinks both of you think it's just a picture, like a drawing. Drew,
Yes.
you recognize either this is really good, just fucked up art, or it's Zamitsi.
We knew the Zamichis during that time, since I've been around for a while.
Yes, I am not doing this bullshit. You don't know about the other clan's garbage.
Okay, cool.
You know what a
Yeah,
Zamitsi is.
I recognize it. I chased down a guy whose mother was that ugly.
What?
But, never mind.
What is it?
I
What does it
I
do?
explained to him that it looks like a Zamichi.
Oh,
I mean,
Right.
it's drawn exactly like that. It's
It looks
not a picture.
like. It doesn't look like a. I mean, it's a drawing, but it looks like the real thing. Is what you're saying.
It's a
Great.
very good drawing.
great.
Is this a, like?
Should we now? Now
I
I think
know
we can go
this?
to the sheriff. Now I think we go to the sheriff. Yes, please.
Yeah, please.
I'm willing to make the phone call.
I'm willing to make the phone call now too. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say LOL gross.
All right, let's do it.
By the way, out of character, that is a fan rendition of what Sasha Vikos looks like.
I didn't see it.
It's in the Discord chat.
I don't know how to find that, so I'm not too worried about it. I think
it's
just
pretty. It's pretty crazy.
I can picture it. I
You
think we're
can-
dealing with something.
You
Something.
might not.
Look at
Yeah,
the picture.
yeah.
I want to try to look at it.
We demand it.
Don't close that
I-
connect Discord.
Hope I don't turn this off.
We
Oh,
need to share the
oh
trauma
my. This is what it is.
as a group.
Yeah. Gnarly. Not interested.
Okay, so
No.
Drew,
LOL gross.
I guess we put together like all the information we found and sent it to the sheriff.
Yeah.
How urgently do you to the sheriff? Because we are a separate party. We could send it
Be a power.
maybe not at the same time, but we could be like, oh, you guys are worried about this, and also we're worried about this. So
I thought-
bang, double
I
team.
thought we could use the group chat that we had with him previously and kind
Yeah,
of put
that's cool.
put
That's cool.
this all together and be like, hey, all of us have experienced this, and we found out that it's associated with something that looks like a Zemitzi.
Yep.
What if we make
Uh,
a fear-mongering conspiracy video?
You can do that because you have computer if you want to, but
Is that gonna help though?
So the sheriff replies with, "I don't know what that the spray painting is, and that could be just fan art. I mean, it looks like a Zemitzi, and this isn't a text message. It looks like a flesh crafter, but that's kind of not an odd thing to find on 4chan. Go to Ashley's Forge. It's a club, and he gives you an address. Ashley might know more."
oh, okay.
I'm gonna make that fear-mongering conspiracy video and then post it like back on the same 4chan site. And like include, words like vampires question mark, vampire futa question mark, government conspiracy, and see if anybody bites on that.
What type
Or
of fear-mongering video
bad
are you
fetish.
making?
Like bare base photo like video editor thing, like basically a slideshow with text on top of it and like creepy music in the background that loops badly at least twice.
With that picture?
Yeah,
All right.
drawing, right?
Or last chance MILF. What?
So before we get on with the rest of the conversation with the sheriff, immediately you get worse drawings.
Of the same thing or like
Different types of alien hybrids with penis hands and penis arms and penis for the bones.
I'm gonna forward the penis hands to everybody, but mention that this is probably not reliable.
And a couple people have honeycombed it, which is absolutely disturbing to me personally, but just saying.
I'm not sure I know that term, and I don't know if I want to.
It's basically putting holes where they don't belong.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't helpful, but
Dang, dude.
Now I know what you're talking about.
I'm-
It's not good.
Yeah.
send that image to some like random people and from some kind of an untraceable. I don't know. That seems fun.
But yeah, no one seems to really take you seriously.
This is why I only text.
I tried.
We might as well go check out this spot, this place.
Yeah,
Or whoever.
I think that's a good idea. I would
Let's roll.
Yeah,
I would
what's their
do
name?
that.
All right. So as you get back to your vehicles, everyone give me alertness perception.
Oh,
Ugh.
once before.
Attack.
Yeah,
Maybe,
I
maybe
forgot
not.
The X
Am I known for high combat games in Vampire?
I don't know. Does the sun shine on the darkest day?
Well, that's a yes. Unless you're taking a philosophical question.
No, in certain parts of the earth, the sun doesn't shine.
Here
Or
goes.
mark on
Here's
it.
the 7.
Here goes Sweet Mick.
I think I'm at 6.
Yeah. And here goes Violetta.
All right. So y'all start heading out. Are y'all going in one vehicle or y'all taking y'all's individual vehicles?
Well, I would Mick and Violetta are together.
I would drive my vehicle.
I'm taking mine. I don't ride with.
Okay, so everyone's taking their separate vehicles.
Yeah.
So
With the exception of yesterday.
So it takes about 30 minutes for you to get there. It's a little bit of a trek, but it. You notice first off, even though it's not a invoking Rorschach, there is a glass panel full of uh those TVs set up to show an image,
Yeah.
and it's just full of
Like
fire.
fire.
Yes. And you can tell it's fires that's on coals, and you can hear the hard tink, tink every few minutes.
Oh, blacksmith's tank.
Yeah. Again, you have this same instance that happened before where they just let you in. They don't bother to card you. They just wave you into the bar.
It's because we smoke it.
Now, are you entering as a group or individuals again?
I guess. All right.
I might like to obfuscate.
Oh, you want to be an invisible?
Yeah.
I'm just walking in.
Anyone walking in with Seal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in.
Give me a for never mind. Sorry. So you're all walking in as a group.
I would like to
I'm gonna
obfuscate
walk in separate
when I do that. Yeah, I'm gonna stay back.
by my lonesome.
All right. So do you walk in directly after them?
No, it'd take like 2 minutes
Okay.
and then walk in.
So what about Graves? Going with the group or individually?
I'll go with Seal.
Okay. So as the first four of you get in there, you begin to walk across you notice that it's like an antechamber, kind of like at a strip club, if anyone's ever been to one of those.
No.
But it's more
Never.
it's just more of a square room. Seal being the quote unquote leader in this case.
What? All right.
Tries to open the other door on the other side of this, and realizes that the door's not opening
Counter
until
stuff.
the hell is wrong with me? Until the door to the outside closes all the way. And by the way, anyone who knows this is the standard setup for other clubs that have this. Your obfuscate suddenly fails you.
Okay.
And it is not the Mystic Bar. Just to throw that out there.
All right. So that's fine.
So once the doors finally the outside door closes, you're able to open up and walk into this new room. You notice that it is a 2-story building. You kind of noticed it from outside, but inside it's more recognizable. Down on the bottom, you see, and it looks cheesy, but classic cheesy. They've got not streamers, but like the cellophane ones, with just wind blowing underneath them to give them a look of flames. And you have oranges and reds behind each other's and silvers. The lights look like coals. And you notice that a lot of as you're taking a look around, there's a line of booths along each 2 of the 4 walls. There's a place for live music at the far end, and a bar is to your direct left. Everything seems to have a blacksmith theme to it. So some of the tables have little anvils on them that have that's been turned into lamps, like little table lamps.
Yeah.
Things like that. It's got this very authentic feel to it.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Have I ever seen anything relatively similar to this in where I'm from? Is this all new to me, or is this...
It's a theme bar.
I understand that, but have I seen
You broke up there.
have I seen this theme before? Like, is this a subculture? Is this a house culture? Where am I standing here when I walk into this place?
It seems to be a metalworking culture.
And I've never seen it before.
There's no clubs that were decorated like this. You had some heavy metal clubs that were more bars than clubs,
Okay.
but you're not looking at anything that was exactly similar to this.
Okay. That's all I was curious about. I was just wondering if I recognized the situation and the clientele.
Man, you ain't see nothing.
A lot of heavy rockers in here, a few house kids. They seem to dig the metal theme to it.
Yeah.
And that is a phrase that is thrown around here. That is so metal.
I enjoy the metal theme. That's something I'm into.
Now, one of the things you notice as you're looking around, there is one booth in the corner. For anyone, I'm not even going to make you guys roll for this. You notice that it literally sees everything in the bar.
Ooh, yay. I love corner booths that can see everything in the.
Let's do it.
I'd
Sitting
be
in the
like-
booth is a woman looking in her 20s. Long black hair. And she is sitting by herself with a glass of what looks like very red wine.
Okay,
Well, Mrs. Face, I think this is your call here.
Say again?
Violetta, I think you're the spear point here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go up to said lady. Dance. I won't know. I'm just gonna walk up to her and be like, "Hey, I just got here from out of town. I really love I really love the this bar. This is very cool with the theme. Great theme."
Anyone else walking up there at the same time?
I would like to be up there at the same time.
All right. You know, Riku told me you were coming, right?
Oh, perfect. So I can cut with this.
Oh, of course. Are y'all thirsty at all?
Potentially.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
Yeah, I have a bit of a thirst.
You see her reach behind her own booth and pull out a few extra glasses. Sets them out. And there seems to be one for everyone, including the people who have not sat down yet.
Okay.
Mhm.
I guess I'll slowly
So
trickle
you know
up
our
after
party.
this.
What was that?
I said, so you know our party.
Party? I haven't heard it called a party since the Dark Ages.
Well, maybe I'm stuck in old. That's just the way I work.
Oh, sweetie, you can call it a coterie. It's fine. No one here is going to even look twice at me for anything I say that's odd. From here, if you take a look around, you actually notice that there is some very fine weaponry around the edges of the bar. Definitely out of reach except for anyone but maybe Shaquille O'Neal. But there is some nicely crafted swords. And you didn't really notice them beforehand because you're trying to find whoever Ashley was.
What a morning star. I'm craving a star.
Ugh, morning stars, they are boring.
They can be fun.
Using them, yeah, but you can get some guy who's never made anything before and make a morning star.
I
Blades,
guess.
that's where it's at. Even if it's a good spear tip.
I know nothing about smith. I know weapons, and I just like to beat people sometimes. That's a little forward, and I apologize, but it's the truth.
Are we going to do small talk, or are we going to dive right in?
I don't want a small talk. Let's
Yeah.
do this.
Okay.
So, what do you all have for me?
All right. Well, I don't know. Can I just like show her all this stuff that we found and be like, all of us have been targeted. We think it might be werewolves. We think it might be this weird monster. I don't know. Just like give her the rundown.
You show her the picture of everything, the 2 pictures?
Yeah.
Not the dick hands.
Not the dick hands. Oh, just.
No, the dick hands as well.
Have any of you hit your first century yet?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Out of character, I literally don't know.
Yeah,
I have 3 generations. Does that count?
Generation doesn't mean shit.
How long you've been alive?
Out of character,
Uh-huh.
is anyone over 100, or are you still all fairly young?
I feel like I'm fairly young.
Oh, I'm fairly young. Mixtape's young.
Yeah, I think we're all just babies.
I'd like to be like on the precipice, like the first 100 years, but like coming up to it, not there yet.
You're like 98.
Yeah.
All right. So I bet none of y'all have dealt with hunters before, have y'all?
Safe to say I have not.
I knew a
like
few,
steak in
and
the
they
heart.
didn't like me.
Hunters.
Like dragonfire rounds to your face, hunters.
No, not hunters. I was saying I knew a few that would. Oh God, I just have to stop. Continue, Dragonfire Hunter.
She chuckles. So, hunters, and we're not even talking about the strong hunters. We're talking about your general
Run of the mill.
some relative of some person who killed you goes into the dark web and starts looking around for things.
Yeah.
They can find hunter organizations.
No.
Someone has been tracking you.
Who has?
I don't know. As far as the other photo goes, someone might have seen Sasha Vikos naked. I don't know. Vikos is an it in all shapes and forms. An it.
Okay.
All right.
And if
I saw
it
that
has a
movie.
problem, it can come and deal with me personally.
Do we have any information on where hunters are residing within this city premises?
Hunters are mortal, sweetheart.
I know that. Where do they live? Who do they hang out with? Who do they talk to? Can we strike?
She gives you the sideways looks and she says, they live with humans, they talk with humans, they associate with humans, and they like to kill all manner of creature that does not dwell during the day and night and doesn't happen to have a supernatural power.
So my question to you is, where can we hit them hard?
You have to find those particular hunters that did this. They don't mess in my affairs. I don't fuck with theirs. I'm
This
not
is
getting
a
the society.
sad display of how you reign your control upon a city. Because if you cannot continue,
What?
which they obviously are, then I cannot be a part of this quote unquote civilization. You need
Sweetie,
to keep the hunters down, and then I want to hunt them. Where are they? Give me a fucking address.
she writes down, and she does this in such a mocking tone, you already know it's coming. She sends you a link to the white pages. If you expect anyone to go hunting down every single mortal just to make sure they're not a vampire hunter or a werewolf hunter or a ghost hunter or a mummy hunter, and yes, those exist as well, then
Yes,
you're going to have a very long time going through every single mortal address.
Well, what is the problem here?
There's no problem. What happened
Yes,
is you
there
probably
is. That's why we're here.
you're here because you
Someone's
had a random
after us.
symbol outside of all of y'all's home.
I'm gonna
And
turn around and walk away.
All right.
Any other questions that need to be repeated at tedium?
I'm done.
Probably not.
Look, think about what y'all have done in like the last 2, 3, 4 weeks, and that's probably going to give you a clue on why someone's hunting you.
What if we
Fucking
set up,
nothing.
like a really
You've walked away, sir.
Bigfoot trail?
What were you saying?
I'm done.
Victoria, what were you saying?
I said, what if we set up like a really convincing Bigfoot trail to get them like looking at something else?
No. They're hunting you. That symbol means danger. And either they're ballsy or they don't know any better. Did y'all, out of character, did y'all share that was outside the chantry?
What is this?
Yeah.
Because they painted it on a Tremere chantry. That's either ballsy or they just don't know no better.
Then we could try to set up like a convincing, purposeful, like vampire tracks or trail of some kind, and then see if they're dumb enough to fall for it, or if they know that
I walked out.
it's stupid because they know what to really follow.
Is that a hunter symbol? Can we figure out where the fuck who is hunting?
So are
Sorry.
you walking back over to the conversation?
Sorry for saying fuck. Did it again.
Don't you take my Bigfoot idea, sweet Mick.
No, I'm just saying.
I heard
like,
you listening.
He
I just,
circled a few times and came
Oh,
back.
wow.
I'm mad about it.
Everyone
And
give
I'm
me
like,
alertness and perception.
Who are you talking to?
Everyone.
Everyone.
It's 7 from 6 from.
Where's mine?
Okay.
First one is Violetta. Second one is Meg.
Violetta and Mick both noticed that there's a few people and they don't look away quick enough, but that was obviously staring.
Have we been tailed? Wait.
Now, everyone give me a wits plus subterfuge. Not everyone. Mick and Violetta.
Okay. It's
Because you're trying not to give away that you noticed them.
Whee! Okay. Here comes Mick.
Oh. He spilled his drink.
I may have.
No, that was the GM. You did well.
No, that's Mick right there. I am untrained in subterfuge, which is a bad thing.
Well, it
You
just
don't
means that you failed, that's all.
And then Violetta. Coming right up. Violetta, now. You guys
All
get
right. So, you see those guys, pat them each other on the shoulder, and they walk out of the club. Kind of in a hustle.
So I guess I'm just gonna mention to the group that those guys gave the guy and promptly scuttled away. Maybe we should, just watch our backs when we get outside.
I
have a
Or better yet, do you have a back door?
Only the one door here.
Hey,
Great.
okay.
Unless you know the upper levels of Protean, and then you can get out through the vents or walk through walls. I don't know.
I don't know the upper levels, but I know a little bit about that.
You see her pull out a phone. You see her pull out her phone, and she starts texting on it. It's a moment, then her phone goes off, and you see the LOL and then another send, because you can tell just by its 3 clicks and then a send. And she puts it up. What are you guys going to do?
I guess we have to find out where these hunters are and
Hold
deal
on. Time out. Can you just recap real quick? We walked up to the table with the person, whoever it was, the quote unquote owner of the club in the corner booth, and they broke it down for all of us. And now we noticed that people were watching us, and your question is, what do we do?
Yes.
Okay.
They have fled the bar. They are leaving. They have left.
Hey, thinking on it, Jordan would send a text to his family to let them know that that it's a hunter symbol to mark danger, and that we need to start dealing with that.
Do we know that though?
That's what I was just told.
Ashley said it, but you weren't there because you walked away from the table.
Okay, I got mad.
And the
Sorry,
music
guys.
is loud enough to deafen you practically.
Okay.
Your sire responds with Society of Leopold.
Society of Leopold. What's the Society of Leopold? Ashley, do you have any information about that?
Those amateurs that just colored it out, no, those are not Leopoldians or whatever they're called these days.
No, it's not these who's dealing with us.
No, the Society of Leopold would have had you all staked and left for the sun this morning.
Okay, and then I send no back to my sire.
He's like, then it doesn't matter.
So, why'd you text me? Whatever.
Yeah, that's him. Okay.
So,
Very boss there.
This happens really quickly. The doors are just now closing as they go into that antechamber to leave the club. So we're going to begin with Mick this time because you're the closest to the doors.
Okay.
Are you following after them? Are you waiting for people to catch up? Are you chasing them?
Wait, what?
What
I'm
is...
sorry. I was thinking about different stuff. No, that did not seem like this should be a perilous situation. Why would I be chasing after? Why would I be running?
I'm trying to find out what you're doing.
I understand that, but your suggestion to me as a character am I chasing them and am I running, something like that? And I don't feel the need. I want to be hanging out. I just had to walk away from the person that I was talking to previously.
And that's the thing that I'm getting to. Are you just going to chill in the club? Are you going to wait for everyone to come up to you? Or are you going to try and take charge and lead the way out there?
Am I being fought?
Are you
Not
taking
yet.
control? Are you trying to be a leader and go after them? What is Sweet Mick
Why
doing?
would I go after them?
It's not. It's okay.
Just
You could stay in the club all night long. That is
Yeah.
up
No,
to you.
I understand that, but I think I'm missing something. My question is, why would I go after these? Do I need to fight these people? I don't feel like I need to fight these people.
Sean, does Sweet Mick feel like he wants to hunt the people that were following him?
Are these the people that are following me?
That's what he thinks.
It's very well possible they noticed you noticed them and then they fled.
I am so fucking confused. Who?
So this is what happened. You walked into the bar. You sat down with
Yeah.
Ashley. She pissed you off. You walked away.
Yeah.
You notice 3 guys who came into the club. They were staring at your group, and when they noticed you looked back at them, they left.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the general client.
No,
But I didn't realize you were talking about the people that I had noticed earlier.
the people you had noticed. So
Yeah,
this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a small break, 5 minutes. I need to use the restroom and I need to refill my water. So it'll give everyone time to think about what they'd like to do continuing forward. And for anyone watching the stream, which is going to be Wooden Monkey God, give us about 5 minutes and we'll be right back.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get some food.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
See? No. No.
All right, I'm back.
Okie dokie.
By the way, Ashley is an actual character of someone who I played with before, who was an actual blacksmith. Just a little random side there. All right, so we're just waiting on people to get back. Hello, viewer person in the chat. We're just coming off of a break. We're waiting for everyone to get back.
Yeehaw. Who are we waiting on still?
I think it is Jason and Victoria.
Word.
Let's see, birds. Okay. I'm absolutely glad I didn't have to tell anyone no to a Bali.
No to a Bali?
Yeah. I'm surprised no one didn't try to go for a true Bruja either. In V20, they actually have the rules for Bali. They even have true Bruja in their discipline in the core book now.
And for which ones?
True Bruja.
Oh, really? They put the True Bruja in the actual core book?
Yep.
Nice. Time manipulation.
Straight up and down.
Hey, we formulated some plans. We're going to use the restroom and jump back on.
Oh, okay.
Alright, well, essentially, I'll let you know that. Are you streaming yet, or are you waiting?
I've been streaming.
So you're still streaming even when you're on breaks?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
I can still interact with the chat. I can take a look at the rule book, things like that.
Very cool. Well, Steely's just gonna leave. I mean,
Well,
he's pretty much got whatever he's got. He's got whatever he needed out of the conversation.
Well,
whatever she wanted to give us.
Once everyone's back, we're gonna start picking up again, and we're gonna figure out what each person is going to do individually.
All right. So he would be. What kind of age would he be? Because he was before.
Entirely up to you.
Andrew, come on.
Because age with player characters is a meaningless number.
Yeah, no.
As far as the rules are concerned. Now, how other vampires view you may change. And yes, some of these characters are very ageist.
Hey, sorry about the little delay there, but we came up with a pretty good idea.
Alrighty then. Okay, so picking up where we left off. Who wants to start this show?
Well, if you don't mind, what I thought we could do is leave from the Ashley's table and kind of move to a booth by ourselves and kind of discuss what we know, and kind of formulate a plan.
Okay.
Is that cool with everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
She waves to you fondly. She's not
Okay.
dismissive of you by any stretch of the imagination.
Mm-hmm. And thank her for her time and all that jazz.
Yeah.
And then when we sit down, I was hoping that Violetta and Mick would mention that there were some people tailing us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So with that being said, now that Mixtape knows that Violetta and Mick saw some people tailing them, she would say,
Saw some weirdos at my last show.
Mm.
What did you say?
can you speak up?
I saw some weirdos at my last show.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Nah.
And maybe we could have another show and the rest of you guys can, like, look out for weirdos. I don't know how to describe why they were weird, but they were weird.
The shifty eyes, right?
I don't know, something. I think so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Weirdos that weren't, the normal type of show weirdos.
So that was what we came up with during the break. Does anyone anybody else? Graves says, I think that's a good idea. Does anybody else have anything to add? This isn't really what I'm good at.
Okay. Well, I I mean, this obviously has to do with the people that we, and they realized it. Maybe we could get on some message boards and see if we could find more people, or like find the people that were close to the ones that we killed and see if they're on like a hunter chat room or something.
Like looking at what they're involved in and try to see if they're involved with something relating to vampires or hunting vampires.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to
That makes sense because since we're in Texas, hunters are everywhere.
All right. Mixtape is going to try to browse the web while we're formulating the exact nature of this trap we're setting up.
You get nothing off of the regular web.
Okay.
Okay. She's going to go deep web.
Yeah, try something weird.
On her phone.
On her secure helmet. It's got a heads-up display in it. It's like it's like a tablet inside of her helmet.
Alrighty then. And what browser are you using?
Tor.
Best one.
Chrome.
The best one.
Internet Explorer.
Tor and Internet Explorer.
All right. And just to point out for anyone who doesn't know, Tor is a quote-unquote secure browser.
She's connected to AOL online.
Yeah.
So, go ahead and give me wits and computers.
All right. Do you want to spend a willpower, Victoria?
Yeah.
She's going to spend a willpower.
Just AOL browser used to
That's
like,
half common.
what?
Double check this roll. Yep, that's
If
good.
you bought the disc.
Oh, you did well too. Nice roll.
I bought this.
Alrighty then. You are able to get to the deep web from here.
Yes.
What are you searching for?
No. She was gonna cross-reference and try to see if there's any forum posts from people related to those people that we were hunting, right? Or anything about hunting vampires in San Antonio, right?
Yeah. I don't remember, like, but
Yeah.
You find a forum that you can't seem to get into. It's simply called HNet.
X.
She's declaring hacks, Justin.
Go for that hacks. Difficulty is 9.
No hacks.
Password is password.
Shit. I'm gonna break something near me. Probably a lamp.
You can't find a way in. That's
I'm gonna
all you know is you can't find a way in.
I'm gonna tell everybody that information. I found this weird thing, but that even I am unable to get into this trickery.
All right. Well, I mean, I think your
So,
idea of
while
the
she's
rel-
hacking,
Sorry.
so real quick, while she's hacking, Graves,
Yes.
what are you doing while she's hacking?
I'm gonna text my brother and sister and let them know that my elder doesn't care. I'm gonna let them know that we're trying to bait in the hunters, and I'll keep them informed.
We don't care either.
And text the sheriff as well and let him know that as well.
The sheriff returns with Society of Leopold.
No.
Your problem then.
Exactly. I'm just letting you know. Thank you.
Leia, I'm sorry for cutting you off. You were saying something?
Okay. Oh, I was just saying that I think that the idea of throwing the show and having our group there and watching and waiting for these hunters is a great idea, and we should definitely go with that. Yeah, that's all.
All right.
But are you doing anything while she's hacking?
I have an idea.
Not.
You just voice your support for the
Yeah.
show plan. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
I was wondering. See, this is a terrible situation, and I realize that because I walked away.
No,
But
I got us all together a minute ago and kind of we sat down and explained everything.
We caught
okay,
everyone.
okay. So I was thinking of doing some sort of charisma-based role, and just trying to get a little more information out of the lady at the table about the connection to these people. Like, can we get a lead off of her if we were to make a good roll, essentially?
That's a meta question. I won't answer it.
I know, but bear with me.
Mind you, she has not shown
My
you any
plan
reason.
was to try to charm them back into good graces.
She doesn't seem to be in bad graces with you.
Well,
doesn't
I still want to try. I still want to try to make an attempt to learn more about the subculture with which she is familiar with.
So you want to learn more about the hunters from her?
Yes.
Okay, so you walk back up. Next to her, while y'all were talking, someone has come in. Devilishly handsome guy. Thank you for the follow, Fuller. Devilish handsome guy. He has short cropped hair. He is wearing simple clothing. So a Metallica t-shirt and just not so much slacks, but like cargo pants.
Okay.
And a pair of Doc Martens. And he seems to be drinking a beer. A regular beer. And as you come back up to it, he's like, yeah, I know I'll throw it up later, but I don't care. I enjoy the taste.
Mm-hmm. Can I make a human to try to drink a beer with him?
You will throw it up.
Well, we're both gonna throw it up later.
No, you will throw it up immediately.
Oh.
Shit. I just want to drink a beer at the buddy.
Certain characters have the eat food and drink merit, which allows them to drink and store food temporarily.
Okay. Well, I'll
So-
offer him a beer at least.
Oh, I drink for free here. Ashley takes good care of me. I'm Marshall, by the way. Who are you?
Oh, they call me Sweet Mick from NOLA.
He looks at her. I think he means New Orleans.
Yes, sir.
So, I hear you guys got yourselves into a hunter situation. How rookie are y'all?
Well, I will start with saying could be. We're still delving into the situation, but I'd like to think we could handle it ourselves. We need some information.
What type of information are you looking for?
I'm looking for Fang, and I want to pull up that square with the circle in it. I'm looking for leads on this
All right.
tag. We all got hit at the same time by that.
That means danger to hunters.
Okay. Dang.
It's as simple as that. It applies to werewolves, vampires, mummies, if they ever happen to find one and actually stumble across one properly. They tried to do it to some Wraith Lords a few years. I saw this one group. He looks over at Ashley. Remember when me and Romeo were back in Carpathia? They tagged a Wraith Lord's house. Oh my god, you should have seen it. He literally raised their parents to hunt them down and kill each and every last one of them. It was hilarious.
All right. So essentially, we have been warned.
The warning is for others, not for you. Hunters know
Yes.
anyone who has even a smidgening or toe into that hunter pool knows that symbol to stay away.
Who would mark that on our own house? My question.
Did you piss anyone off recently?
Probably.
It's hard to tell.
You kill anyone recently? Burn down a building? Set something on fire?
I don't want to admit to said charges. I will plead the fifth.
I have killed tens of thousands of people. Oh my god, one death. Ooh.
No, the problem is I just don't know where it's coming from. I'm trying to retaliate.
It's gonna be probably one of those things. You killed someone, you blew up someone's house, or you burned something down that someone liked. Someone got brave, went to the dark web, found a hunter website, and people were telling them how to track down vampires.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us are not as quiet and subtle, and he does the whole air quotes, as we should be.
Well, that may be me.
Hell, take Lilith, for example. She walks around half the time in a pure white pure white dress. And she looks like she has been aged to death. But still she wears that pure white dress. Oh my god, you are so subtle. Ashley leans over and says, you know she's going to hear about that, right? Yeah, what she's going to do. Kick my ass again?
Yeah.
It's not the first, won't be the last. So, what you guys have to do is figure out what y'all have done recently. Probably in the past few weeks, y'all probably done something to piss someone off.
We know what we done, but I personally don't want to talk about it.
He looks over at Ashley. I just told a story about a Wraith Lord literally raising the dead parents of a bunch of hunters, and he's worried about a death. I'm assuming you killed someone. Yeah,
may not have.
Now, I'm going to currently assume that you killed someone. Because I haven't heard about any fires recently.
Shove your assumptions up your ass. Don't claim to assume that you know what I'm doing. And I understand where you're coming from, and I don't mean that to be disrespectful, but I do not want to share my business with you.
You ain't got to share your business with me, but Tim Buck says you killed someone's friend, brother, sister, daughter.
Yeah, alright, I killed him.
Now, all you gotta do is figure out how he's related. Hell,
Sure.
he could have had a girlfriend. And you're lucky they're not werewolves. Werewolves wouldn't have waited. They wouldn't have tagged your houses. They would have found you and just literally ripped holes in your house until the sun shined on you.
I know how werewolves play.
Thanks for the follow, Doc. So, now, if you're looking for specific hunters, the only hunters I'll tell you to absolutely avoid is the Society of Leopold.
That's what I've heard.
Them folks are pros.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, you would be dead by now. They like to... This is what they like to do, man. And he gets up and he looks all excited, and he's looking right at you. This is what they do. By the way, he's looking at your chin, not your eyes, and you notice that about both Ashley and Marshall. This is what they do. They get up on your roof. They find out where you're sleeping, right? And they put thermite up there. And they just let it eat through. You literally burn alive from thermite and sun. It is tremendous.
Well, that's some shit right there.
He looks back over to Ashley again. You remember Black Feather, that guy? He showed me a picture, a recording of it once. It was tremendous. The screams were, lack of better phrasing, were absolutely horrid. You heard less screaming in Sodom and Gomorrah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on to the next group. What is Seal doing?
Has everybody decided to sit down and they're hacking? How long does hacking thing take?
It's taking her about 10-15 minutes.
I've left.
Where are you going?
I'm going outside to see if I can find those guys. I'm going to beat the sense into somebody, or information, either one.
Perception, alertness.
Alright. Hold on. It always takes me forever to try and do this. 6. Yeah, that's the right one. Yeah, okay. And sense.
Nope.
Nope. I don't notice them, or I don't leave.
You don't notice them.
Okay.
You didn't say you tried to leave. You left. You know my rule about that.
No. Yeah, I do. I left, and they're not there.
You don't see them.
I'm gonna kind of go around, look around the alley, see if I see anybody that that looks like them.
This alley.
So you're talking about
the area around Ashley's Forge is quite well kept. You didn't notice it coming in, but this is not necessarily the best side of town. It's like not the worst, but it's not the best. But the street seems to be clean. You don't see any big potholes. And when you go around into the alley to behind the bar, you notice it's actually well kept up, but there's no one back here.
Wow. I have got to get the number of her decorator. Or landscape artist. Landscape artist.
All right. Graves?
For my club.
Yes.
You get a text back from your sister.
Sure.
And she seems, well, are they after you or are they after, like, the clan? Or she doesn't use the word clan, she uses family.
They've marked our home as dangerous. We're trying to figure out more. That's all we know.
All right, I'll keep a lookout for weird guys, and I'll make sure the guards are better alertness. The gargoyles need to be pulling their fair share of their weight, and there's a lot of that to pull around.
Just if we could, I would, increase the watch or increase our guards during the day.
All right, Violetta, what are you doing?
Yes. Even if I go outside and look for those guys, I'm not going to be able to do anything because I'm terrible at fighting people.
You have other strengths, though.
Do oh yeah, I could hit the yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go outside and try to find
All right, give me alertness perception as you leave.
alertness perception.
And both you and Seal are leaving at the same time.
Yeah.
Should be 2 and 4.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Bam.
Nice.
So, you notice that one is affixing something to the vehicles, including the van, and
Ooh.
he is running away.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And he is jumping over a fence to try and get away from you.
Oh, fence. Alright, I'm gonna shout to Mick, not Mick, Jesus, to Seal, be like, hey, check out that fence, human running away, and I'm gonna go look at the cars and see what they were doing. That you said they sorry, I didn't really understand what you said there. Did they leave something on our cars, or tag them or something?
They left something on the cars.
Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna check out the cars and be like, they went that way.
Perception plus technology.
Technology.
Or sorry, wits plus technology.
Okay.
Wits.
Uh-oh.
I think you meant perception.
No, I meant wits. Because it is very obvious that they're there.
And technology.
Technology is untrained to affect the roll.
You don't have any technology?
Not
No.
even a little bit. So I just don't. I just fail. Right?
All right. We are going to switch this over to investigation, difficulty 9.
Investigation. Okay. Is it still wits investigation?
Yes.
Okay, wits investigation. The roll will be 4d10.
Mm-hmm. Boom.
Wah wah.
Yeah.
You have no idea what these are. Drew.
What?
Yeah.
She points these things out to you. Give me a do you have tech?
I do not. No, I have science.
And you have science?
Wait.
Aye.
Well, Leslie erased it. I have to double check. We'll say no.
You do not have science. So give me wits and investigation.
Wits and investigation?
Yes. Difficulty 9.
Dang.
The pain.
Yeah, that was bad.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, that was really bad. Jeez.
You think you might be able to just pull these things off?
Oh no.
All right. Well, wait. Is she telling me where the bad guy went?
Yeah, she also points out that the bad guy's running away. That's the reason it's wits and not intelligence.
To decide whether or not I'm going to go after the bad guy or go whatever's on the vehicles.
No, this was to tell if you know what to do with whatever's attached to the cars. You're incredibly confident that you can just yank those things off.
I mean, darn.
Yeah, you just do it like this.
Now, you still have a chance to chase after the other guy.
Oh my god, don't pull out the van.
Well,
Please don't.
So I can either rip these off or I can chase after the van.
You can chase after the guy, or you can rip these things off.
I really want to go beat somebody up. I'll rip it off when I get back.
All right,
Rip it off, actually. That's all I gotta
Dexterity
do is just
athletics.
rip it off. All right, I guess I'll try this one. See if this works any better. Six. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6
What? No. 40-10. Roll. Damn, these stupid ones are killing me today.
Oh, I love you, Drew. And I love that these are not
Yeah.
your real dice, because if not, that would have been a perfect roll.
Oh yeah. No, if these were my dice, this would be a different story.
You go and you leap over it. You put your you plant your hands just right. You lift your legs up, and your hand slips and you fall back onto it, and it lines your spine. It doesn't do any damage, but oh my god, is that embarrassing. You look over your shoulder as
Every hunter has his off day, all right?
as you struggle to free yourself, you fall off to the right, and the hunter is taking a turn onto the main street. And your clothes are ripped naturally.
Let that be a lesson to you.
All right, going back inside. Mixtape. What you up to now that you've found this website that you can't get access to?
Well, she had an early morning, so she's a little passed out. So I'm just gonna relay what she wanted to do. She's gonna try to set up a venue again.
Okay, that's not a problem for her character.
Yeah, and set up a flash show, and do the same thing that she did earlier in the night, only this time with the intention of having Mick and a couple other people in the audience to try to grab someone who's following it.
All right, not a problem. She can get it set up by 2.
Okay, and then she'll tell everybody, hey, I'm gonna go set up this gig. Meet me here at 2.
All
and
right. That works.
head outside, I guess.
We're moving back over to Sweet Mick now.
Okay. So, I know that something's going on, and I saw somebody messing with the van and running away, correct?
You're still inside. You walked back over and started talking with Ashley and the now marshal who is there.
Hey. That throws me way off.
Now, she can text you that there's something attached to the vehicles.
Yeah, I want to text everyone.
All right.
Later.
Anyone have wits and technology?
Don't have technology.
Then wits and investigation, difficulty 9.
I have investigation, yes, definitely.
Mixtape has computer.
Computer doesn't apply.
I have science.
Science is a difficulty 8.
Difficulty 8? Okay.
No, difficulty 7.
Intelligence or wits?
Wits.
Okay, thank you.
It's all wits right now because you don't have time to sit here and study it like
Yeah.
Here comes Sweet Mick.
Oh, that's Graves. I'm sorry.
All right.
Bam. That's Sweet Mick.
Okay.
Are we all rolling or just those 2?
Just those 2 because it's new information to them.
Okay.
You know those are IEDs.
Oh my god. I'm going to say go away, explosive.
You know that if you probably try to yank them out of the side panel, that is probably going to go boom.
Don't touch them. Back up. Come back inside.
You also recognize that you could probably drive with that on your vehicle.
Oh no.
Like the whole thing is the pin.
Oh no.
Sweet Mick realizes those looks like pipe bombs. Are those pipe bombs? Is that C4? That might be C4 and.
Drew, He was just like, you can yank them off, no problem.
See,
That's
okay,
what
I
you get when you
told you.
triple botch.
I'm looking
The
at a
rolls are
character.
bad, all right. I may understand how bombs work, but not at this moment. I'm too busy I'm gonna get this guy. Oh, nope, guess not. Just rip him off. Whatever. We'll go.
I don't understand where explosives come into play because I don't see that as a talent.
No,
Explosives
skill
is
or
either
knowledge?
technology or science.
Technology, science.
Technology or science.
Well, then I want to leave it the fuck alone.
You know it's a good idea to leave it alone.
Damn, that
Okay.
sucks.
Well,
Okay.
all our cards
I'm
are
gonna-
trash.
Okay, I'm gonna intimidate the bomb.
You, sir, are not a knocker or a red cap.
I know. I was just joking.
Now, you might be able to recruit a red cap.
That's true.
Well, nobody's told me, so I'm just gonna rip it all out.
Either way, I don't.
No,
want,
they
I don't
said-
trust
hold
a
on,
red
everyone-
cap to fix
hold on.
a.
1 second, Sean. They actually replied, "Get away from them. They're bombs." So your character knows
Okay,
that
so-
they are
so
bombs.
I know. Okay.
Can I also text my family and including my elders saying my vehicle was planted with an explosive? Maybe check everything around the chantry, check your own vehicle, and send pictures.
Your Sarah's like, "What did you do?"
I don't know. We're trying to figure that out.
Jules, your brother,
Something we should have done more of.
sends poopy face, eggplant, or poopy face, you eggplant. I think
Great.
that's how it works.
Yeah.
Your sister's like, "I'll check the other cars."
So,
By the way, this is actually all planned out.
I think if it's okay, I'm gonna go back to Ashley or well, I'm gonna look around the table and say, should we tell her about this or should we tell the sheriff? I feel like things have escalated quite drastically, and I don't want to drive around with a bomb in my car. So,
All right.
I will weigh in with the fact that I do not trust either one of them, and I want to get the fuck away from all these people with all these bombs. Fuck that van. We can buy a new van.
I want to say that I just don't think they'll care. But I do feel kind of bad blowing up this fine blacksmith bar.
Park them right. Park
Establishment.
them right out front and blow
I'm
them
not
all up.
starting my car until whatever is on there is not on there anymore.
What?
Explosives kill vampires too. Like, it'll just rip you to shreds, disintegrate you.
Yes. Yes.
Why are you
It
even
might
going
hurt.
to mess with that? Like,
Assuming they
I
didn't
feel
booby trap your cars in other ways while you were inside.
yeah. Like, I'm slightly paranoid and going to assume that my car is now just a dead zone, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel as if we should. I know this is going to take some constitution, but I feel like we should park all our fucking bomb planted cars right up against the door
That's a bad
And
idea.
blow up that whole fucking
That is a
bar.
bad
Why do you
idea.
want to
We
kill
don't need
the
more
person that's trying to help us figure out who's hunting us?
Yep. Yeah, blow them all up.
No. I'm not
Why?
doing that.
Because I
That's a
don't like.
terrible idea.
Because I don't like any of them. I'm not sorry.
Sorry,
You-
not sorry.
Yeah.
No, I think we continue as planned. We just need other vehicles.
Yes, that's true. Okay, well, apparently I was able to find somebody that could fix a bike, so I can be on the lookout for new vehicles. If you guys want me to look for new stuff, I think I made a streetwise roll to find a place that fixed.
I didn't even
bike.
make you roll for it.
Yeah.
It was in
Yeah,
downtime, so I
It's
just said it
my
happened.
contact. It's my repair guy for my bike.
Oh.
Like I said, that is not something I'm focused on because it's a
Well-
motorcycle. Oh my, the owner's a little kooky and only comes out. I've only seen him at night. That doesn't mean he's a vampire.
No,
Exactly. I just
What
told him
I'm-
to fix my bike.
I think that we should just leave the vehicles and get a cab or get an Uber or find other types of transportation for now,
Yeah.
and let someone call the police or something and have a bomb squad come out. Whatever the mortals do, have the mortals take care of it, and then we go and we trap these people that are trying to kill us and we execute them.
To the subway.
How do you plan on doing that?
Well, Mixtape has a show set up. We were going to scope out the show.
Okay.
All right, so that's what y'all are gonna do. Take
Yeah.
Ubers or the bus. The bus which doesn't run this late.
No.
So Ubers to the show.
I thought, yeah, we could take Ubers or maybe somebody contacts a driver service or something. I don't know, something like that. It doesn't really matter how we get to the warehouse show, just as long as we get there.
You get a text back from Julian saying all other cars are clean.
I'm gonna text back. I'm contacting the police to have them remove it because I don't want it to go off, and I'm going to let Ashley know, I guess, or let the residents around here know.
She responds with, "Do you have enough time to go to the police station?"
I'm just going to call them. I don't care at this point. If my car blows up, it blows up. I'm more concerned about getting rid of what's trying to kill me.
Hold on 1 second, because I need to check her stats for something.
911, what's your emergency? I got a bomb on my car.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I was walking down the street and I saw
Hold on.
somebody weird. Sorry.
Remember,
Not sorry. Bomb on car.
all right. Your sister says, "Do it anonymously. Get a burner phone."
Thank you.
Oh, I got one.
Mhm.
Here you go.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the burner phone. I'm gonna dial 911.
It rings. It rings. Thank you for calling 911. What's your emergency?
Hi, I was walking down the street and I'm gonna say the street that this place is on, and I noticed that there was this strange man messing with all of the some vehicles that were parked on the street. And then I saw him run away and jump over a fence. And as I looked under the vehicles, there was a bunch of strange things taped to them that remind me of those pictures I saw and of the bombs that I defused when I was in Iraq. And so I just I wanted to let the police know. I think there's some cars that have been booby trapped on this road, and I'm going to say the road again.
We'll get someone out immediately.
Okay, thank you. And then I'm going to close it, and then hand it back to Mick and say you might want to get rid of that.
I'll throw it on the ground, step on it.
Taking
I
your
threw it on the ground. Cell phone ain't my daddy.
Yeah.
birthday to the ground.
You need another one? I got another one.
Alrighty then.
And then I think we're gonna hire some Ubers and
Yeah, I
Or
think
hire
we're
a
gonna
cab
dip
even.
out.
yeah, get out of here.
Use a different burner phone for that. Then throw that
Yeah.
on the ground.
Yeah.
And I'll step on that one too.
Alrighty then.
There's a lot of phones in front of this club.
So, from outside the doors. And by the way, for the two people outside, you see the not the bartender, one of the bouncers walks over and he yanks one of the devices off of the Subaru.
Oh, great.
Now, he doesn't even, he just walks over to it and does it. So, let's see how horribly this guy dies.
My beautiful coat. Oh my, he's quite dead.
You see that he is blasted away. He is singed.
Oh, damn.
The device on the van.
It was on this. Oh wait, never mind. I'm sorry.
Oh, wait.
Oh no, daisy chain.
Can you explain that roll to me? 'Cause what was that?
Drew.
Yeah.
Roll me one die. 1d10. I need the same thing from you, Violetta.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Oh, watch out.
There's a formula in my head already. Don't worry. I'm not going to I don't do TPKs and shit like that. I don't intentionally fuck people over.
Oh, they just do it on accident. Yep, there it is.
Drew, do you have any fortitude?
Nope. Let's do this.
Alrighty then. You are at 4 ag.
Oh my.
Violetta, do you have any fortitude?
I'm laying on the ground. See, that's why you don't pull those off.
Well, we're about to get back to you in a moment, Drew. No, you don't have any fortitude. You are at 1 level of ag. Because you are not close to the vehicles, but you are close enough that the blast still caught you.
Ow.
Okay, you guys gotta break it. I see the health bar. I see bruised, hurt, injured, wounded. Where's ag?
Ag is when you go down to it and you click on the level, it's going to be the X. The X.
No, I'm wounded. I go up.
Yeah, so it's going to look like this. You should see it updated.
Okay.
Ow.
That's aggravated damage.
Yes.
Correct. Okay.
Oh no, she only has 1 level, so...
I'm singed. My eyebrows are missing. I'm
Drew,
upset.
give me a self-control roll.
Yeah.
Difficulty's 8.
Hold on. Give me a second. I gotta get back to the screen.
By the way,
Self-control roll?
yeah, the bouncer was fairly competent, but he triple botched the roll.
That's
Hey,
why I
it
called the bomb
happens.
squad. Why didn't he wait for the bomb squad?
He didn't know about the
Why
bomb
didn't he wait
squad.
for me to do it? Could have asked me to do it.
So far, you're doing great, Drew. I'm sure he
Hey, who knows?
triple botch that roll as well.
Who knows? It would have worked.
I wish there's a way to reset this RNG.
Nope.
And Drew is gone.
I am dead.
No, you're not dead. You're gone. You're running.
Yeah. Oh, you mean, okay, for Ross check?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gone.
Oh, give me one more dice roll. It's courage, not self-control.
See, like you said, this has been my dice. It would have been different.
Yes, because
They
your
like
dice
me.
are obviously rigged, because I've never seen you fail a roll.
That's not true. That's not true. You just got unlucky with your one character. That was all. I have failed many numerous rolls with that character, or with those dice.
I said one more, not a whole new set, but that still works. You're still fleeing.
Well, you said roll the one courage, right?
Yes, one more dice. The
Oh,
difference
one more
between-
dice. Okay, never mind.
All right, we're switching back inside. Boom! Sorry for anyone with headphones.
Ow.
So, Sweet Mick, we're going to go to you first.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Well, I would assume that I just heard a large bang, correct?
Yes, you heard 2 explosions.
And currently, how are the people inside reacting to that large explosion that I just heard?
They're running.
Okay, so they could hear it over the.
And what about the table that was in question before?
Talking about the booth?
What?
Yes, I'm talking about the booth. You know I'm talking about the booth.
Well, the booth is different than the table.
Well, I'm sorry. I said the booth.
They seem completely nonplussed by this.
Do not care. Right.
Did they back to the explosion?
No.
But it does not shock them.
They
No.
just don't.
Okay. So they're used to explosions in their establishment. Or closely outside their establishment.
They just might be used to explosions in general.
Yeah.
Word.
Interesting choice. I don't trust these people.
You'll find most elders are not very shocked by anything.
Yeah. Okay, can you give me one more how many of my friends are still inside as opposed to not in my sight?
Jordan Graves is the only one still inside.
Okay.
And people are still running for the door, and they're realizing that this seems to be a really shitty system because no one can seem to really get out in an efficient manner.
Is it all one door? Everybody's trying to get out of one door?
Yes.
No, you wait. You go to the next group.
Fuck that. Sucks. I'm gonna turn to I'm gonna turn to the lady in the booth and be like, "You're not up to code."
Oh my.
And
Oh,
I'm a dip.
I am not up to code. I wonder if I could bribe someone down at City Hall with a few $1 million to have my bar designed the way I want my bar designed.
You want to fight?
She looks at you like you're stupid.
And I get mad.
Marshall, you're much better at this stuff. Do you mind? And he will stand up and stand in front of the table, in front of the booth.
Describe how this man stands up and how he is.
He is about 6 foot tall. He is lean, but he is not unmuscular. With what he's wearing, it's hard to tell if he's physically strong or if he just has like good definition. You cannot tell his clan by just looking at him.
Okay. I can't do that. Okay, this is out of character. I hate all vampires. am mad at all of them.
Okay, here's a general rule for elders. Every last one is a douchebag.
That's why I hate this whole system.
And this applies to even my NPC, my own elder characters. Every last elder vampire is a douchebag. Because either you're strong enough to kick their ass, in which case you kick their ass, or they will hold it over you like, what are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, mine are assholes.
I just want to fight them all.
And you are completely welcome to start throwing hands.
I know I could, but I know that I would lose.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
Out of character, you don't know this in character, Marshall is a 7th generation Bruja.
Oh my God. You would get turned into a little ball, dude. It'd be like Goku fighting Yamcha, man.
Yeah, no, that literally means me, but I guarantee, I assume that I will die. And
It'd
I
be
know,
like Goku
the guy-
fighting Yamcha. You'd like flick it. He'd like flick you, and you die.
yeah, no, it's terrible. I'm just mad at the. I don't like the hierarchy of the
Might
whole
makes
political
right.
thing of this game. I'm sorry to drag it out. I'm rambling. I think
He could rip your car apart with like paper, like with paper.
just. I'm such a forlorn,
Escape into the crowd.
already dead son of a bitch. I just don't even fucking care. I guess I'm going to go look at outside.
Okay.
I hate this. I'm so mad at my character. I want to die. I'm pissed and I don't like my life. I hate being a vampire.
Sweet Mick.
It's
Oh,
the truth.
no.
I'm not sweet anymore. I am no
Oh,
longer sweet
Soured
Mick.
Mick.
I'm sour. I hate this.
Sometimes they're sour, sometimes they're sweet.
Exactly.
And just to point something out, the reason I play most elders as the dicks they are is some of them are more subtle. The prince is kind of subtle. He's like, okay, yeah, whatever. But when you start challenging someone on a toreador, on the design of their bar, of their club, they're gonna call you out on it.
I'm gonna fight him.
Just leave.
I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna die.
I want to die.
Oh.
I'm so. I hate this. I
All
want
right.
to fucking die.
I can tell you now, he's not going to kill your character.
And he will torture me for days, and I'll still be dragged into things.
No.
Entirety of everything. No, I can't do it. Okay. This is out of character. I'm sorry, but I'm
Okay.
not sorry. I hate playing vampire. I really do. It's not for me. I just cannot understand. Like, you guys have all these generations and all this and all that. It does
Okay.
not make sense to me, and I want to break the entirety of the system. I want to play a hunter. It makes more sense for me to be that. I cannot do this. It doesn't make sense to me.
Okay. So we're going to take a pause and actually this is where we'll call the game now. Because it's actually a neat place and at least people wanting more. So let's talk about generation real quick. Generation comes into play normally with player characters. It's not such a big deal. However, when you start dealing with NPCs, so let's take Ashley, Marshall, Lilith, Rune. Let me see. I know there's a couple of more floating around that haven't been introduced. Those are all actual PCs that I've played with.
Yeah.
So my stats for them are based off of their old character sheets that I had laying around on a disc. And I use them as NPCs because I know their characters, because I played with those guys for nearly 2 years. And we played every day because it was an online game. So we did a lot of interaction with people. So Ashley is actually a character who does not have the Ross check, because in some edition somewhere there was a merit that did not, your Ross check was reduced. So she made a forging character. Then this Asimite, someone who wanted to play an Asimite, he made a forging character. However, the problem comes into every single elder is going to exert their power because either they're bored with their unexistence or they're just dicks for the sake of being dicks. So generation normally doesn't come into play when you're interacting with most NPCs.
Okay.
Like, honestly, I did not expect y'all to hang around the bar the entire time. I actually expected what Jason and Victoria came up with. Set up a trap. And see, then you're not dealing with the elder vampires, you're dealing with a couple of crafty humans.
What are you talking about? I left the bar.
Yes, you did. But the group, the coterie, which even now is it's coming together. But our first 3 games, it was, well, I'm just kind of here out of convenience, nothing more. And that's where we get into that point where I have to get you guys together as a group. And that's where this story is.
I understand that, and you are definitely pulling it together as a group, and I'm very appreciative of that. I hate to say this, but I'm just having a lot of trouble with the system itself. It's hard for me to play this. It's really hard for me to play this.
Hey, Sean, how about we do what we did, I set up a couple weeks ago where we all sit down again and we talk about the system so you have an understanding of what's going on in the world. Because it seems like you're having trouble with that and it's getting late. I've got stuff I have to do in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, as do I.
All right,
did
so
that.
let's go
And
ahead
it
and do
worked.
experience. What you'll have to do for me, Jason, is she has to send me something that she learned tonight.
Yeah, I'll talk to her afterwards and I'll have it text.
All right, you can leave me a message on Discord as well. I'll get it there. So,
Okay.
Jason,
Sure.
first 2 experience points, obviously. What did you learn?
Well, I learned that making people disappear in a body bag is not always the best option because it leaves loose ends.
All right, terrific. And once again, I'm going to reiterate this. Let me deal with the experience.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have that.
Drew.
Oh.
Yeah.
Same thing coming your way. What did you learn tonight?
I learned that these guys tag both my buildings, so they know exactly where I am most of the time, like either home or work. And I also had a lack in judgment and was going to blow myself up. Oh, and now I'm running for it. Other than that, he has been a very unsuccessful night for him.
Yes, it has. Violetta.
So I learned dudes that I saw straight up, instead of letting them run away and put bombs on my car and then blowing up my friends. Probably.
You cut out there for a moment.
Oh, I should have just used my vampire power and hypnotize those humans that put bombs on our cars instead of just letting them run away.
Okay, so next time try get ahead of the bad guys.
Yeah, maybe use my powers a little better.
Yeah,
Well-
that would have been nice.
This is one of those cases
Probably.
where you probably couldn't have.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because they were on the other side of the bar, but still, not a bad lesson. And Sweet Mick. Sean,
What?
what did your character learn tonight?
Got a short fuse.
That's true.
Elders are assholes.
No, I don't care about the elders. I don't care about. I don't want any experience. It's gonna happen every single game. It's gonna happen every single game. I'm not happy about it. I don't like it.
All right. I am very sorry that you're unhappy.
No, it doesn't have anything to do with you. I should have built a different character, and I probably should have. I think that's honestly. It's because I didn't do enough research before I played the game to actually build a character that I wanted to. I just hoped that I would enjoy the character that I was presented with, and I'm not. That's not how I play it. Like you.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this instead. How would you have built the character differently?
That's a tough question. I don't even know, because I don't even know this.
Well, this has nothing to do with system, mind you. What more would you have gone for?
Everything to do with system.
No. What else would
yes,
you have?
it does.
What else would you have wanted to do differently?
Everything.
So the character as he's designed, what other things would you have wanted him to have? Would you rather him to have been a more physical character, a more social character? Would you rather him had more skills in knowledges for like different types of lores?
I would have rather built the character myself, and I did not, and that is my own fault.
And that's what I'm trying to ask you. What type of changes would you have wanted to make?
I don't know. I need to learn the system. I've never figured out how to play vampire. A vampire is too fucking complicated for me. Sorry for the cursing.
Oh, this is an adult
So
stream.
politics. It's so politics. I can't understand it.
Well, a lot of the stuff that I'll be frank with you, a lot of stuff moving forward is not going to be politics. No one had hunter lore, so no one would have been able to identify that symbol.
Hey, could I intervene here since I did help build the character?
Go ahead.
Sean, when I talked to you, when we built this character, we built him as kind of an investigative spy assassin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're not playing him like that, and I think that's why you're having so many problems. Is you're playing him like a hothead, and what the character is built to do is to pretend to be a street performer, to go invisible, to tail people, sneak up behind them, Assassin's Creed style with his huge claws and rip them apart.
That's
Right.
what I was trying to do, but every time I get
hold
for it, I
just-
get shut down.
Sean,
I don't
just
feel
hold
like
for a
I
second, let me
ever
finish.
get an opportunity
Okay.
to do that.
So,
Sean, can I just finish this thought?
Yeah, I'm sorry
If
to.
instead of confronting the people that the sheriff sent us to help, or sent to help us, instead of confronting other vampires that you don't know, that you're just arguing with and bumping up against, if you had snuck outside and used your heightened senses to look at the guy that was messing with our vehicles, then obfuscated and tailed him, you could have grabbed him and ripped him apart, and we could have been, you know, done what your character was designed to do. I think the flaw is that you're playing your character. The character that we built for you either isn't matching up with the way you want to play, or you're not aware of what your character is able to do. And that's why I tried to set up that session with Justin. And
Yeah, I know.
something like that, again, would really help you understand how Vampire Society works and where you can put this guy in it, or if you need to build another guy.
And this is what I'm going to say about it. Jason's right on how the character is built. The character is built more as a sneaky person, and you've been playing more in your face. Now, if you want to make changes, and God, I will break this rule for this instance.
No, don't ever break the rule. I will adjust the character to your rules. That's a terrible thing to do. Like
if you wanted,
I don't want to change my character completely. Like, that's just a terrible way to be a player.
But if there are things you want to move around, reach out to me on the group chat, the group text message, and we'll find a day before next Friday to sit down and talk about it. I will work with you on moving dots around. Mm-hmm. The thing that Violetta is built for and Jordan is built for is not going to be the same way that your character is going to be able to handle conflict. And I'm not just talking about fights. I'm talking like social interactions. Mm-hmm. And that's where the big difference is coming up. When talking with elders, like these are the like Marshall and Ashley are really laid back for elders. Especially when it came to the Toreador's house, their home being insulted. You didn't see it as an insult. She did. Because this is her art piece.
Yeah.
So that is in character for your guy as a way of speaking in a vocalistic way of doing things. But as far as how to solve that conflict, you are right in your first place to just walk away. And yes, I will validate your fears. Elders are not to be trusted ever. Do you not agree, Drew?
Oh, totally. Totally. Elders will stab you in the back after they get what they need every time.
Yeah.
And yet you'll still come back to them.
Now, that right there is a healthy personality trait to have as a vampire. Is I don't ever trust an elder because an elder will fuck me over almost every single time. So, that's...
Hold on. I just want to say, and I hope this isn't a downer for you guys, but like, literally, it's getting to the point where like, it is a chore for me to play this every day. I thought, or every week. Like, I really want to play a role-playing game every week, and I have wanted to do that for a very long time. But like, this game is so much more complicated than I thought it was, and I think I just need help. Like, I think it would be really good if we could do like a midweek session so I could just understand how vampire works, because like, I cannot wrap my mind around it. I'm
really bad at it too.
I'm so wrapped up in just like my own just physical, like, day-to-day shit, and I'm so used to doing like D&D stuff, which I know is way less political than vampire. So I would like to continue to do this, but I will say this, it's very hard for me.
So let me ask you
well,
this.
Sean, I was going to say, Sean, if that's the way you feel, and you get a chance to revamp the character, make him more of a brawler, something that's in your face. I mean, even if you're having trouble playing as a sneaky guy, or you're not used to the game system, Play something that you don't require so much thinking until you feel like you've got a better understanding.
So this
I
is
made the same mistake with you. I played a Ravenos. I had no idea what that was, and I sucked at it.
so. What days off do you have next week, Sean?
Monday and Tuesday, maybe. Definitely Monday, maybe.
All right. Is Monday good for you?
Monday is good.
All right. I get off at 7 and I work at home that day. And it'll just be a little chat in here. It's not going to be streamed. That way we can go over it. If you want it to be streamed, I'll be more than glad to stream it. It's but here's the thing. If you want to scrap the character and start fresh, I will understand that and I will work with you.
But I really don't
no.
want to do that.
I don't have a problem with that. First time players into Vampire the Masquerade, most of them come across the same exact issue. The character they envision something in their head, and when it gets put on the paper and all of a sudden you're challenged with something that you didn't expect, especially with my storytelling style. I do more investigation than combat. Partially because the combat is a little and I do a lot of stuff on the fly, but I stick with my rules. So I don't mind completely revamping and doing from start a new sweet Mick.
I don't even think that's necessary. I think
I've played this game.
I just need to really I understand what my character is. It's just so hard for me. I don't know. It does. We can talk about it on Monday. I think that's a really good idea. Hang out.
And then we can go over. Yeah, we'll definitely be able to go over things. We'll be able to take a look into things and see what's going on. I do play a very investigation heavy style. Ask Drew. Drew specifically knows this about me. I once described their group coming up to a Wild West house. I described the carriage outside, prepared to roll. I described how the sun was coming up and the vampire inside. The vampire, you didn't see him, and they, as werewolves, did not know where the vampire was because this entire place reeked of vampire. But because I gave it...
Yeah, but that didn't go right for you.
I am very strict to my notes. So, if I write down... for example, I write things like, if hunters get away, they will do X. If they are followed, they will do X. If they are chased, they will do X. And that's the reason my games kind of roll so smoothly, is because I learn my players and I learn how they like to play their characters. So I can plan around things. So I know what's going to get your characters peaked. I know it's going to get things involved. Now, like I was mentioning, one of the biggest things, and this is the biggest hiccup that's happened in this game throughout 3 sessions, and now this one the 4th, but this one has been much better. You were all gathered together, and it was trying to force a coterie on you. A coterie is a group of vampires. And because of that, I was trying to do it in a more natural way.
Yeah.
Because once you've successfully completed a mission, yeah, look, we're doing pretty good. Oh, we made a mess up somewhere. Let's go correct our mess up. But instead, it was treated as, well, it's your mess up, but they have, and this is where Jason is kind of that character. And you are.
Yeah, I know. I know what I'm doing.
I'm not really interested in this. Let's hurry it up so I can get back to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No. I mean, I don't mean to call out anyone on this point, but that has honestly been the biggest thing. But it makes sense with vampires.
And that's the reason for this hunter arc.
That's the thing. Like, there's no camaraderie. And
that's the reason.
Really hard for me to deal with in a role-playing situation, because generally it's like, oh, okay, so we killed some dumbass we killed some bastards, whatever, no big deal. And now we're all friends. That doesn't happen in Vampire. It's different. It's a political game.
Exactly.
It's really hard for me to just
Hey.
And now,
kind of grasp it. You know what I mean?
and now, you all actually have a mutual enemy.
Look, can I throw in here before you revamp Sweet Mick? I want to say something about all of our different roles, right? I made 4 characters for this campaign, and I made them in specific ways to help us all out. Okay, so I made Graves because I wanted to blood magic.
I will say that.
And I wanted to be smart, right? I made Mixtape because we needed someone who could mess with humans. I made Violetta because she is good at manipulating people. She's the face, right? And I made Mick to be the eyes and ears and the claws if we need them, right? Because I didn't know what we were up against. And I think if we the point being that if we come together as a coterie and each of us has unique pieces of background information that will be helpful to each other. Like Graves has stuff that he can market to Mixtape, and Mixtape has stuff that he can market to you guys, and you guys have stuff that you can market to us. Like I made us to try to be a party. The thing is that because I'm playing my character like I am, and she's playing her character like you are, and you guys are playing your characters like you are, we need to really be united and come together. And I think if you're going to revamp your character, which is perfectly fine, you have every right to do that.
I don't want to.
I know, but
I don't.
I'm saying when you do this brainstorming session, try to think about how the character is going to fit in with everybody else and how you want to act. You know, I wanted to take a back seat because I enjoy playing. Like I'm always on the forefront, man. I'm always leading the party, and I'm tired of that. Like I wanted to just sit back and relax and play with you guys. And I thought that you Sean especially and Leia would try to be more involved with the Vampire Society, and that's the way it was going. And I think if we continue that trend, it'll be very helpful in the future and the development of the campaign. You know.
Now, I want to say something about that as well, about the Vampire Society. For the most part, they're sending you off to elders because most neonates are not going to know what a hunter properly is. That's the reason you went to Ashley. And here's the thing. You know what I expected you guys to do? Oh, that's a hunter symbol? We're being hunted by vampire hunters? Okay, let's set up a trap. And I expected that to be the end of the scene. I did not expect it to take an hour and a half.
Well, that's what I wanted to do, but the thing is that everybody was so unfocused, and so I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna go do that, I'm gonna go do that, and my character is not the person that steps up in an emergency situation when there's IEDs or hunters. Like this character was made 20 years ago, if that. Like, you know, he's a very new vampire, has no idea what's going on. He's only really cared about, you know, 1 or 2 things. And you guys, as I try to make you more, you and Leah, Sean, more invested in the Vampire Society, more of a leader role, because you seem like, hey, like I want to get involved, I want to do this thing, I want to participate in the campaign. And
I don't mean to interrupt, but the problem is entirely involved in the fact that I do not understand the rules like you do. I have not read the books. I don't know what societies do this, what societies do that. So like I want to play the leadership role, and I feel happy most of the time when my character gets into that spot. I'm like, okay, yeah, like I'm good and I can talk about, I have the stats to do this shit. But then when it comes down to me actually talking my way through it, which is the way White Wolf games work, I don't have any of the knowledge to back it up. So I end up backing out, which then creates a problem for the entirety of the party. You know what I mean?
And that actually creates good social conflict. I am not a fan. Okay, so let me be straight with you. I don't like D&D. I don't like Pathfinder because the systems are essentially war games. If I want to play a war game, I will sit down with my 40k Dark Angel army, my Ravenwing army, and I will run people over with my bikes.
And I completely understand that.
So I like games that have a greater degree on role, as in ROLE, and yes, I'm an elitist for thinking this way, than the dice. So when you were talking with Ashley and you were talking with Marshall, did you notice how you weren't rolling a lot?
Yeah, I did.
That's what I get into. I get into being a different person.
Yeah.
So tomorrow when I go to my game, I'm not going to be Justin. I'm going to be Mistress Joan Newton, fucking badass Lasombra, who will rip your arms off in front of an entire church full of other Sabaters because you tried to assassinate me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the not having knowledge on vampiric society isn't necessarily a bad thing. You're an anarch. For the most part, anarchs don't have these stupid rules that the Camarilla does. The only one that they really get into is the actual masquerade, and that's more out of pragmatism than anything else.
Yeah, they don't care about anything else half the time.
You want to diablerize someone? Well, we'll look at you funny and we won't be alone with you, but we're not going to outright say that we're going to hate you for it. Meanwhile, with the Camarilla, that shit will get you killed. And on Monday, we'll go through more what that means. But yeah, I think if that's where we want to begin, that it's definitely a good place to begin. We can definitely go over it and discuss it. The biggest thing that you need to know about vampiric society is it mostly runs off of favors.
Okay.
I do this for you. You do something for me later down the road. It's kind of like the mob in that way.
Yeah, I have caught on to that, even in just the few sessions that we've played, but I'm adjusting, you know?
By the end of this arc, by the end of this story arc, you will be a coterie.
I don't know what that means.
A coterie is just a group of vampires.
Oh, right.
Okay.
That's all it is. It just has a fancy name because White Wolf did that when they created their original lines. You have a pack of werewolves, a coterie of vampires, I can't remember, a cabal of mages, a necroplasm, and that's not real, but I was going to joke.
You don't have to go into all.
So
I understand.
Necroplasm of race.
So now what's happening is you have a common enemy. And by the way, this works in real life because the same thing happens at basic training, at boot camp. You have a common enemy that you have to focus on. And what will happen is you'll find out that, oh, this adversity is going to bring us together. Yay!
Well, most people got in my way, but anyways, still work with them.
And then from there, you're going to find out, like I said, the first one was I call it a soft attempt to make you form a coterie on your own. I give you a scenario. You guys have to come together, solve it, bam. Now, instead of taking the soft approach, where I make it less of a railroad, I'm giving you a common enemy and telling you either you're going to fight it or you're going to die. And you can ask Jason and Drew. I do not like to use that method if I can avoid it. Because it takes away
I'm
agency.
running away. Just to let you guys know, I'm running away, so you know. There's a possibility I will die before this end of this mission.
Yes, it is very well possible.
But you also got to think, Sean, you actually have more respect than the vampire people because you were not Sabat.
Another
So
thing.
if anybody would listen to you more, they would listen to you more than they would me.
So what we're gonna do real quick is we can keep talking about this. I'm gonna end my stream and my recording real quick. So everyone out there who's watching the stream, let's say goodbye real quick. Goodbye.
See ya.
Later.
See you next week. Check my Twitter and my Twitch page for updates. It's going to be twitch.tv/coolimp and twitter.com/coolimp. Y'all have a great night and an absolutely wonderful week.